Okay, today's topic is gonna be about releasing, and since we already touched on the identity of the self and also the beauty of being lost, I thought this would be a nice follow-up video to talk about what releasing looks like and how it's done. Yeah. So hi, welcome to Fatmata Speaks. I used to not love life, but now I do love life. I enjoy it, to be honest. And talking about releasing, something marvelous just happened this morning, and that is I couldn't sleep. But I slept for like 3 hours max, and then I woke up and then I couldn't go back to sleep. I tried, believe me, I tried. And then normally when I cannot go back to sleep or haven't have enough sleep, then my mind would tend to move towards negative thoughts, and my mind was trying to do it, and then they did, and then they touch on a particular memory that normally is very uncomfortable to remember, to be honest. And then my brain went, yes, that happened, we survived it, and we let it go. And I was just like, wow. Because literally, like, I think it was last week when the release actually happened. I cried like a baby, not gonna lie. The release finally happened, and then I just let it go. And then today, when my mind, because of lack of sleep, was going into the dark places, I didn't like feel any discomfort, and I was just like, yeah, it happened, it is what it is, it's fine, it doesn't hurt me anymore. So yeah, people, releasing, letting go of all memories, all scars, all wounds, it's amazing, because the relief that you feel, it's worth it. It really is. So what does, I thought I saw a figure up there. I have to say, these days I keep seeing figures, like more and more figures around. I don't know, like it's more than usual. Oh yeah, back to the topic. Releasing. What does releasing looks like? Releasing is the art of letting go. Now this is done consciously, and sometimes it's done unconsciously. The conscious act of it is what many people are trying to promote. What many people are trying to promote, but the unconscious act of letting go is also amazing, and it's a vital part of being alive, being a human, and walking, doing the shadow work, to be honest. So releasing, it can happen when, of course, when you consciously want it to happen, when you look at the fact and you look at the wound, the scar, you try to see it from different perspective, and then you try to understand it, you embrace it, you take the lessons, and then you let it go. But even then, at times, even after all that, you just can't let it go, because whenever something like triggers it, it will come up again. So like, yeah, having clarity is one of the first steps to letting go. But letting go properly is not just, doesn't just happen because you understand something. It comes, I think it comes from the heart. Because the thing that I let go, that I released last week, it started in 2023. Yeah, that's when I opened the red door. And then I was able to like understand it, look at it, to not just be afraid of it, but actually look at it. And then once I looked at it, once I had to look at it, I was like, okay, it's not as bad as I painted it out to be. But still, whenever it came up, it was like not comfortable. So yeah, I felt like, oh, but sometimes when it comes up, I'm like, wait, didn't I just deal with this? Isn't like gone? But no, people, last week was finally when the pain, the hurt, the triggers of it was just gone. And I don't quite understand, like, I'm trying to put it into words, right? Because most of the things that happen to me, or how I overcame some stuff, is like, it just happened subconsciously, and I'm really having difficulty to put it in words, like to create steps out of it, because I just know it. It's just like, a part of my brain just went off and then it was gone. But like how I got to that place, I'm not gonna lie, people, I do not know the individual steps. I do not know that. But yeah, that what happened. And but this time when I let go of that one, first of all, I was feeling the physical trigger of the memory, right? And then I start to ask questions, basic questions like, is this aspect of life part of spirituality, or is this aspect of life just something we human create to distract ourselves? And then I just meditated on it, and then meditation was like, go, it's part of life, it's part of being human, but it's not a distraction, it's not negative. And the fact that I saw it as negative was just, it just mirrors like the societal influence that I had on the topic. For all of you who are like wondering what I'm talking about the topic of sex. And I was just like, so it's basically, my idea of it was like tainted by societal expectation, as well as the negative as well as the positive aspect of societal views on that topic. So basically in my head, I think the negative was, no, in my head it was just mixed, everything was just mixed. And so there are times when like I just had difficulty just embracing it. I had difficulty accepting my sexuality. It was like that, not anymore. And yeah, so like letting go of that difficulty and having a clear image was just like, it was amazing. I cried like a baby, I'm not gonna lie. Last week I cried, but it felt so good to let go of that, I'm not gonna lie. Anyway, I meditated on it, right? And then I gained clarity because I then gained a deeper understanding of things. And then after that, I was just lying there and I was like thinking about just how society stole so much from me, that led me to like not embrace that aspect of myself, like not embrace it properly. And I just started speaking out words, and I was just saying stuff like, I don't remember what I said, but basically I was saying that I let it go and that I accept whatever I accept it in all its forms. And wait, let me check. I think I had it somewhere. Let me check. I had it somewhere. Yes, I have it. I wrote it down, what I was thinking back then. Oh no, it's not here. Can you sync, please? No, it's supposed to be here. Oh yeah, so I don't think I can say all the words that I wrote here because I don't think YouTube will allow me to say it. Anyway, I freed myself from the past where the tales of sex and others were distorted with shame, guilt, and lies. The tinted version of sex and the others are no longer mine. I now know the true songs of sex and the others. I now understand that they embody light, not dark. They allow me to access more light, more creativity, more love, more wholeness. It's scary, so it's sacred. So am I. You're free, you're free, you're free, I'm free, I'm free, I'm free, I'm free, I'm free, I'm free. So basically that was just what I said. And I don't know how it came to be, like, because I was just lying there, like going through my mind, because through meditation, I was like able to see how I was actually able to get a vision of that aspect of me, how it really was represented there. And I didn't like it. I really didn't like it. Anyway, I didn't like it, and I was like sad about it, and then I let it go, and then I just said those words. So like there is power in words, people. I said those words and then I started crying in the middle of saying it, and I started crying and then I let it go. So that just goes to show people our words has power. This is why we have to use it correct, correctly. Don't say negative things to yourself. Use words like they're meant to be, because they're sacred. So yeah, so to release yourself from whatever that is holding you back, use words. Words helps. They're like they're spells. Words are spells, and using your words that comes from your soul. I don't want to say your heart. From your soul. It can create an effect that resonates throughout your whole being. And I guess because those words that I was telling myself back then just resonated throughout my whole being, physical and non-physical, I was able to let go of what was no longer serving me. So people use words to help yourself release yourself. That was a lot of release. But yeah, use your words, people. Use your words. First, I would say gain clarity about things. Gain clarity about everything that no longer serves you, and try to understand how it relates to you, not just like a generalized version of, oh, okay, this doesn't serve me because person A, B, or C said that. No, figure out how it doesn't serve you as you are in your form and body and spirit. And once you have a vision of it, if you meditate or you have a clear understanding of it, then use your words to set yourself free if that's what's needed, or if that's what needed, use your words to do whatever is needed. But please don't bind yourself to negative stuff. It doesn't work. No, maybe it works, but like it's not needed. Free yourself. Be free, because you're a being and you're meant to just live life. Literally, like the more I dive into stuff, the more I realize we're just meant to live life. And why we're making things so difficult, I don't know. Well, yeah, just enjoy life, people. So yeah, that's one of the actions. So words. And the other method is also related to words, but this is like not the sense of like saying a spell like, oh, I want to free myself from this. No, I free myself from this and this and that. Instead, saying words like no when you actually want to say no, and yes when you actually want to say yes. It frees you up from things that you're just not connected to, you're just not aligned to. And saying no, it can be scary in some instances. In some instances, it's literally unsafe to say no. But I thought I saw something there. But listen to your body, listen to your mind, listen to your heart, listen to your gut. People keep forgetting the gut, but people, listen to your gut. It tells you when to say no and when to say yes. And use your words. You can say no, I don't want to. No, it's a full sentence, just so you know, right? But sometimes you might want to add something more to it, and then you'll be like, no, I don't want to go there, or no, I don't want to be friends with you. That frees you up to meet someone else new, and maybe more fun even. Most likely better for you, actually. Yeah, so using your words is key in freeing yourself up, people. Just keep using your words, but use it wisely, not just misuse it, okay? And the other method to release stuff and letting go of stuff is to use your mind. Now, we cannot just go out to like leave out a certain situation, you know what I mean? And move on, because there are rules and regulations and stuff like that. So in your head, you can create a space. I know you're taught to create a reality, but I think there's a space there that you can just create whatever you want to help you process stuff, and it will reflect in your reality in some shape and form, but not as extreme as you have it in your mind. So yeah, use your mind, use the spaces in your mind, and create whatever you want that will help you process stuff. Then you move on. So use your headspace, people. Use your headspace. You have everything that you need, so use it. Make use of things. Other method to release is movement. Now, I know we all love to sit at home and watch TV. It's amazing. Some of these TV shows are just amazing, you know what I mean? But sometimes we need to move. Not sometimes, we actually always need to move. We're not made to be like lying there. That's why we have backaches, people. Move your body. Go out, take a walk. That helps. It helps clear up your mental space, to be honest. Go out and touch grass. I know not all of us love touching the grass because there are insects there, and some of us freak out when we see even a little thing like an ant will be screaming. You need to be out there, see nature. I know there are lots of bees and other stuff out there that we just don't want to, tackle, fight against. But yeah, go out to nature. If you don't have any, parks next to you, you can go to the beach if you have a beach. Unfortunately, not every country has one. You can go to the lake. You don't have to do it like every single day or every single second. You can just find like a brief moment. For example, I enjoy watching sunsets. So back when I was in Taiwan, I would go to the beach because there was a beach on campus, and then I would go to the beach and then I would just sit there and watch the sunset. I love that. So I also love that the ocean. I just like hearing the sound of the ocean, just the wave coming back and going. I just love that. So just find what you can love about nature and then try to do that more often, and that will help you calm down. It will help bring new perspective to things as well. And when you're feeling down or you're trying to process something in your head, just having those elements around you, it does wonder, to be honest. It does something to you. It just calms you down, and it helps you bring out whatever you need to release. If that means you need to cry, you will just cry. And sometimes it just makes you wonder about stuff, and it just shows you that life is beautiful all the time. Well, most of the time actually, except when the bee is like going around and you just gonna have a still moment. But it just go out to nature, enjoy nature. Nature was here before we came, so go out, go join it, look at it, touch it. The bees will go away eventually, not gonna lie. Just enjoy it. Do that. It helps. It's good for your soul. It really is. So yeah, that's definitely a method to use to release. Another method is these are basically how release sometimes comes out as. For example, you cry. If you feel like crying when you're in the process of releasing something, cry. Don't care if you ugly cry or whatnot. Don't care about that. Just cry. Just let it out, because when you cry, those emotions are being washed out, and your body is letting it go, and you're having a physical reaction to it. Just let yourself have it. Other times you feel like screaming. Scream. Scream. Don't hold yourself back. Let your voice be heard. Let it be heard. Let that chakra be cleaned out. Scream if you have to scream. Scream. Don't look at the people around you. Like, everyone is busy doing their own life. They will look at you like crazy, but honey, they don't know what's going on in your head. They don't know what you've been through and what you're releasing. So scream. Scream as loud as you can, as much as you want, and then let it go. Because then you feel better. If you're shy to scream in public, go to nature. Yes. Go to nature, pick out a tree, lean your head on it, and let it flow out. Trees can handle it. I heard they actually want it, to be honest. So if you feel like you want to vent out, just choose a tree. Of course, be nice to the tree, like greet it, and then let it out. Because sometimes our fellow humans, we don't have space for it, and understandable, because everyone is going through their own heaven and hell. Well, not really that. You know what I mean? They're going through their own thing, so they cannot hold space for you in that in the capacity that you actually need. So go to nature, pick out a tree, and just do it. If there is no tree around, it's just grass, lay down and scream. It'll be okay. So just find a method that works for you and let it out. Because when you hold the stress of a memory that is long gone in your body, it does something to you. It changes you. It changes your mind. It changes your perspective on things. And most of the time, it's not for the better. Most of the time, it's not for the better. Sometimes it's even detrimental for ourselves, not even for other people, or for ourselves. So don't hold it in. If you have a memory that is paining you, find a way to release it. Understand it. If you cannot do it alone, find a therapist. Find a therapist that can help you process that. And sometimes you need to know that having no closure is the only closure that you actually need. And most of the time you need to understand that it's not your fault. And just because you know better now doesn't mean I don't know what to say. Once you know better, do better. That's the only thing I can say. Once you know better, do better. Don't judge your past self, because back then you didn't have the knowledge. Because let's be honest, if we had the knowledge that we gradually develop and gain to experience it, if we had that from the very beginning, none of us will be in the situation that we find our current self in. Unless you're really clueless. But you can't be clueless. That's the thing about knowledge. Once you have it, you cannot act clueless, because it hurts you. It does. So yeah, don't judge your past self with the knowledge that you have in from your today life, because it doesn't work. It really doesn't make any sense. Your past self doesn't have that knowledge. They have what they have, and they're starting to survive with what they have. So yeah. So before I conclude the video, let me just touch on the benefits of releasing stuff. But first of all, it frees you up. You get rid of it, and your body is it's budding, it's healing, and you have space for new and better things. That's one. And once you release stuff, you also develop new perspective on things, and that means, well, most of the time it translates into having boundaries, and you can uphold them because you have a different perspective on things now. So you cannot just accept whatsoever. No, you have your boundaries and you uphold them, and anyone who doesn't abide to it, then you know what to do with them. Bye. So yeah, that's definitely one. And the experience of going through the release actually forces you to uphold your boundaries. Sorry about the background noise, but my environment is coming to life. So I guess that means I have to end this video for now. Thank you guys for watching, and for all those who watched the other two videos, thank you very much. I hope it helped you on your journey to self-love, to self-healing. And if you have any questions, write it down in the comments. If you have anything that you would like me to touch on, write it also in the comments. I don't mind touching on stuff. And yeah, thank you guys for listening. Bye bye.